Hello everyone and welcome to Arizona State Hockey YouTube's presentation of ACHA Division I Men's Ice Hockey. I'm Brett Vaughn as the Grand Canyon Lopes come in to play the second game of a two-game series here at Oceanside Ice Arena against the Sun Devils. The story last night was Grand Canyon's undisciplined penalties as Arizona State was able to play on the power play almost for half of the game, being able to convert their chances and go on their way to victory. It'll be interesting how this one unfolds tonight, and hopefully we'll get the lights back as puck drop is just a couple minutes away. And as we have the lights back on, folks, I'll give you tonight's starting goaltenders. For the visiting Grand Canyon Lopes, and then that's going to be number 36, Scott Kazaboski. Kazaboski 4-3-1 with a 3.9 goals against and an 892 save percentage. For the Sun Devils, it's going to be his second start of the weekend. Number 1, Blake Biala. Sporting coming into last night's game with 5 goals against with a .903 save percentage. For Arizona State, the starting lineup is going to be the line with Damon Porter, Connor Tillman, Braden Shaw, and the defense pairing with Wyatt Palmer and Zach Kowalchuk. Puck drop underway here in Tempe. Grand Canyon controlling with it. Moore's far side shot ends up being swallowed up by Biala. Arizona State finding some success as they were coming into this weekend of trying to switch up some of their lines to add more speed throughout the lineup, based on what head coach Tate Green told us last night. Palmer unable to clear the puck out. Nealon, the lone goal scorer for GCU last night, keeping the puck in and throwing it on the goaltender Biala. This would be maybe Nealon might have had a face-off infringement as whistled by the back referee, and we'll finally have the puck drawn. Grand Canyon, dangerous chance, they score! An early one, as that'll be Nate Moore for Grand Canyon. It was a broken play as it came off of the turnover. In Grand Canyon, they found success on the one-timer shot in the slot last night to get their 1 goal, and they get it here early, drawing first blood. It ends up being Nate Moore's 4th goal of the season. Similar to last night, Grand Canyon getting the lead. DeBolt unable to clear it out. Trying to help him as his line mate Plurd, but it's another turnover. Biala had to be ready for it. Might have been benefited from a quick whistle from that referee as he lost sight of the puck. And only 50 seconds into this game, and we already have a goal already scored. This would be another infringement, and we'll have I'm not sure, I think that might have been maybe on GCU, maybe not the centerman himself, but maybe one of the guys that was infringing on the circle, one of the wingers. Studioso will clear it out to the neutral zone for Arizona State. Clayton Lackey unable to get his way around Cruz. Aaron pass through, gets taken away by Studioso on the left side. Driving his way to the front of the net. Plurd follows up with it. He works it up to the point. Connor Kruk, his point shot on, takes a wicked hop off the boards behind the goaltender, Kazabowski. Arizona State hard on the forecheck, but Sun Devils were changing their defensemen. They're unable to keep the puck in the zone. Mezek digs it out of the pile to Larson. Larson trying to deke his way through, and Arizona State touches the puck up, and it looks to be a penalty. Cross-checking called on the Sun Devils. And it's going to be awarded to the defenseman Adam Chismar. Chismar was not in the lineup last night. He was one of the couple changes the coaching staff made, and he'll find his way to the penalty box, and we'll have a first power play of the game in favor of GCU. Palmer dumps it all the way down. A good start to the penalty kill. Grand Canyon coming up. Cameron Nealon on his forehand, wheeling around the offensive zone. He'll play it back up to the point. Walking with the puck is Dent. Dent shot. It's his own man, and McGrath is allowed to clear the puck, and Sun Devils will elect to keep their penalty killers out. 30 seconds has elapsed on the 2-minute minor penalty to Chismar. Active stick by Palmer. Forces Donovan to have to go on the other side, but the Lopes come in offside. GCU have not been able to get into much of a rhythm, and their first power play unit's going to be coming out now. There's no sustained zone time so far on the power play. Cruz wins a draw. He'll play it back to his defenseman, Petrado. And the puck's played down deep by the Lopes. Searing, he'll sear his man to the wall. Palmer can clear that out, but only to neutral ice. Grand Canyon trying to get set up. Cruz is just going to take it himself. Gains the center ice line, and he'll croquet it on in. Following up his own dump in, he has it. Cruz, pitch and catch with Cummings. Drop pass to Cummings on the left side half wall. Trying to find that seam pass, and just a little too hot for Billings to handle to take that one time. Searing is able to scoop it out of the ice, and only 10 seconds remain on the penalty to Chismar. Grand Canyon having some trouble in their own zone, and that'll most likely do it for the power play as Chismar will step out. Not too much going on that Grand Canyon power play, as they weren't able to cash in on that momentum they got after that early goal. Shaw, as he was trying to get there, but Kazabowski active in front of his net, but it's a turnover, and Tillman. Man, big stop by Kazabowski. Another one, as Kazabowski has to make a stop. 15:42 remains in the first period. Man, athletic by Kazabowski. He's the one that's been starting the majority of the games. The Lopes decided to split their goaltenders as Lepper played the first night. Rudick. As GCU has a passing interchange, and Wimmer gets thrown hard into the boards by Kruk. Golden. GCU trying to cycle it now in the offensive zone. Puck will be played over to the other side. Braden Shaw. He flips it to Porter on the right side. Porter's has 2 Lopes players on him, and he turns it over. Shaw keeping the puck in initially. Still up for grabs. Shot on. Oh, and that took a weird hop as it was the defenseman, Ryan Janowski, was looking for a redirection rather than trying to shoot it directly at goal, and it almost worked out. 5 minutes has passed in a 1-0 game. Moore, the goal scorer, coming in again, and Biala with the big stop, stretching out the left leg. If you're just tuned in, you've already missed a goal already as Grand Canyon, 40 seconds into the game, started the scoring early. It looks to be whistled down again by that back linesman as he keeps seeing something happening. It looks to be him pointing to the 2 players behind the linesman that drops the puck, as it's hard since he doesn't have any eyes in the back of his head. GCU hard on the forecheck, taking that way away from Lackey, and they'll throw it back in again. Biala forced to play it. Chismar out of the reach for him. Moore's on the attack. Plurd, he's able to get the puck past 2 Lopes players, and now at the blue line, unable to get it in as Husby was there. Nealon, quick snapshot on, kicked away by Biala. Kept in by Dent. This line for Grand Canyon's having some zone time in the offensive zone. Pass gets blocked by Plurd. Palmer skates it out of his own zone. Sun Devils are onside. Kowalchuk keeps the puck in as he gets ridden to the boards. Studioso trying to walk it up to the point. Now to Kowalchuk. He steps up and fires one. And Kazabowski is able to squeeze the legs together. Sun Devils finishing off a change as it's going to be the 4th line for the Sun Devils out. Searing, Sabrario, and Demon. Draw one cleanly. Palmer's point shot hits a couple bodies in the slot, and Grand Canyon will clear it out. Demon in hard on the forecheck. Sabrario is unable to punch the puck down and keep possession of it. Lopes go D-to-D. Demon ends up getting a little friendly with his number mate on the other team, number 13, Griffin Dunick. And then he gets put down by Dunick. Little tit for tat. Snapshot on from Petrato, misses wide. Demon, oh, and he has to jump through as he was bracing for the hit, but there's a delayed penalty called, and it's finally whistled down. And a move you usually see at the Summer Olympics of synchronized diving, trying to jump through. That check was Demon, and he ends up getting a call. Looks to be a tripping call, as if he probably wasn't going to jump over that guy's leg, he might have gotten injured there. Sun Devils have their first power play of the evening. Second power play unit out for Arizona State. McGrath in the face-off circle for the Sun Devils. Draw one by McGrath. Studioso playing down low to Shaw. Shaw feeling some heat. It'll now come over to McGrath. McGrath trying to settle that puck down, but passed too far in front of his line mate Shaw. Shaw gets it right back, trying to walk his way to the front and able to pull the trigger. Kowalchuk just able to keep it in. Edgar. Area pass, back up to the point. McGrath, weak side. Just unable to get that puck to settle down for him. Edgar retrieves it up to the point. McGrath walking the line. McGrath still with it. Shot on with the redirection, and Kazabowski is able to jump up and make the stop on the rebound. .54 remains, almost halfway done in this first period. Sun Devils on the quest to tie it up on the power play. Draw one by the Sun Devils, but Pollard's pass out of the reach for Kruk, but he does a good job of retrieving it. And the Sun Devils return it over. Over 60 seconds remains on the man advantage for the Sun Devils. Lackey, he'll be the one to skate it out of his own zone. Lackey fakes the pass, he carries it, now puts it to the left side with Porter. Porter still with it. Far side play, Tillman trying to race to get there, and he'll sweep it back down low. Quick one-touch pass for Porter. Ends up getting sticked away, and now GCU might have an opportunity. Husby on the right side. Husby, snapshot on. Biella doesn't know where it is at first, but it gets whistled down. Looked to be ended up handcuffing Biella a little bit, but either way, he gets the job done. Grand Canyon will win it. Caffey just throws it back down. Billings, as GCU plays a little bit of keep away, trying to kill off the remainder of this penalty. Lackey, up ice to Porter. Porter coming in, drop pass, but Tillman skates too far past the puck, and it's turned over. GCU back up to full strength as Billings' shot ramps up the stick of Palmer and out of play. Good to see Marcus Tillman out again. As if you didn't tune into the broadcast last night, it was Tillman's first game of the season as he's been dealing with a lower body injury. And he's out again this weekend as well. I'll try to get that puck off the boards. Unsuccessful though. Dent with the Lopes. Trying to hit that tape-to-tape pass to Cruz, but he ends up turning it over. Just a little halfway past the first period. Cruz in the offensive zone, snapshot, and that was a nice defensive stick. Getting in the way of that shot was Kowalchuk. Demon hearing from the bench that he has some time, unable to get the puck over to Tillman, and GCU comes back again. Cruz around Janowski, still with it, but unable to center it, and ends up barreling to the front of the net. Looked to be searing, and we'll have a penalty called. And it looks to be awarded to Grand Canyon. And as it's becoming a little evident like it was in last night's contest, GCU was getting into a little bit of penalty trouble, which allowed Arizona State to operate a good amount of the game on the power play. And the difference up to this point from last night was that the Sun Devils were able to take advantage. So far they haven't. This is their second power play now of the game. Draw one cleanly by McGrath. Kowalchuk shot on, a couple bodies in front. I don't think Kazabowski knew where it was, but he had good positioning to make the stop. Kowalchuk stepping in, trying to force a pass through the middle, and that gets sticked away by the Lopes. Another seam pass. Active sticks by the Lopes so far on this penalty kill. Slap shot right into the skates of the Lopes defenseman. Another shot on. Kazabowski makes a stop, and the rebound goes into the corner. McGrath. Studioso over to Sean. If they could have connected, it probably would have been an easy tap in, but Sean ends up whiffing on the one-timer. Now it's a one-on-one. Nealon, Kowalchuk. Nealon shot on, and Biala is able to snag that. Sun Devils weren't having much success early on that power play opportunity of getting those pucks through the middle of the ice as the Lopes were active, but Sun Devils were persistent, being able to get those passes through, and it almost worked out. Sun Devils slow it down in their own end. Kruk to Porter. Now to Plurd. Plurd on his forehand. Tillman shot on, and Schaefer's stick gets in the way, and the puck goes out of play. About 41 seconds remain on the minor penalty to Blake Billings. Looked to be that the party in the face-off circle had to be moved to the other side of the ice, where in the circle for the Sun Devils, Plurd will try and win it. Lopes will instead, and they'll clear it off the high glass and out. Tillman try and set it up in his own zone. Tillman. Porter on his off wing. Hits the brakes. Kruk fakes the shot. Porter shot on, misses high. Plurd keeps it in low. Down low to Porter. Couple more seconds remains on the penalty. Plurd trying to find it. Tillman ends up turning it over. Kruk has to get it back in his own zone, and GCU's back at full strength. Lackey dumps it in low as he's unable to get there. Plurd takes away the breakout pass. Plurd still with it, just gets it to the net. Porter banging out, and he scores! I'm not sure. Man, I thought that might have gone in, but no whistle by the referee. It's still loose in front. Kazabowski doesn't know where it is, but looks like he made the stop. Man, a crazy deflection as it was Porter just whacking at the puck in front of the goaltender, Kazabowski, and ended up fluttering end over end and somehow stayed out of the net. Man, it's a thankless feeling. I was never a goaltender growing up playing hockey, but when you're on the seat of your pants, just flailing every limb in your possession to try and keep that puck out, can't be much fun. Sun Devils turned over at the blue line. Billings will win the race to the puck and negate the icing call. Cruz coming in to support him, and he gets ridden to the wall by Wyatt Palmer. Palmer trying to get the puck out on the strong side. Tillman's trying to help him. Searing with some poise will skate it out of his own zone. Sobrario trying to get there. He wins that race to the puck. Centering that one in front, but no Sun Devils will be there and cleared out. Oh, and that was a collision of bodies in the center ice line as Searing and Cummings came together, and we'll have a penalty. It's going to be a tripping call awarded to Cummings. Arizona State with their third power play of the game. McGrath out there in his line to start it again. He wins another draw. Studioso shows a shot, and he scores! Brendan Studioso from the point, and he ties it at 1. Sun Devils, again, if they keep getting chances on the power play, they're going to eventually cash in. It was another great draw win by McGrath in the center ice circle. He was able to win it cleanly, and the puck came up to Studioso. He wasn't forcing the shot. He ended up showing that he was going to shoot it initially. Probably froze the goaltender Kazabowski. Braden Shaw for the Sun Devils, as well as a couple other bodies in the way of the goaltender for Grand Canyon. And Studioso puts it home. And interesting, it looked to be actually maybe just before that goal went in, there was a penalty called on Grand Canyon. So now not only do the Sun Devils get a power play goal, but they also get to continue on a fresh new 2-minute power play. Sun Devils keep their power play unit out, as it was explained to head coach Tate Green. And Clayton Lackey will take it for the Sun Devils. Lackey snapshot on as he was trying to use the Lopes defender as a screen, but Kazabowski was there to answer. Kazabowski wasn't too busy at the start of this game, but in the last few minutes, after all these penalties taken by his team, has been more active. Sun Devils trying to get set up in their power play spots. Tillman will just be direct with it, take the shot on. Not a bad idea by Connor Tillman, as he ended up getting a hat trick, his first hat trick as a Sun Devil. We'll have another face-off again. Plurd trying to help out his centerman Porter. Lopes will win the race to the loose puck and come out with it, and will dump it down 200 feet. Donovan trying to keep the puck away from Kruk. Lackey, he'll rim it around. Plurd absorbs the hit, and the cross-ice pass goes to Kruk. Kruk carries it in. Wheels around behind the net to Porter. Porter to Plurd. Up to the point. Plurd slowing it down. Porter back to Plurd. Plurd shot on. Rebound in front. Lackey and Kazabowski and the butterfly this time making the save. .53 seconds remains on the minor penalty to the Lopes, and Arizona State will switch out their power play units. Draw one by the Sun Devils. McGrath on the hash marks on the right side. He's trying to redirect some traffic, telling his line mates where to go. Shaw over to Studioso now. He gets it back. Shaw jams it in front. Hager, one-timer shot. Oh, Kazabowski makes an unbelievable split save stop, and the Lopes clear it. Man, it seems to be this second unit on the power play clicking for Arizona State right now. McGrath on the left side, protecting the puck. At the point, Studioso. Back to McGrath. McGrath down low to Shaw. Shaw. McGrath. Couple seconds remain on the 2-minute minor penalty. JCU's back to full strength. Golden heads out of the box. Studioso, last man back. Puck hops over his stick. It's a breakaway. Nealon. Nealon, oh! And sticking out the left leg was Blake Biala. Nealon was able to latch onto that puck, as Studioso was the last man back, a forward not familiar with playing the role of a defenseman, but Biala is able to bail him out. Rudick, drop pass, snapshot on, and Biala another save. This time off of Preston Larson. Winding down towards the end of this first period, 3:45 remains in a 1-1 game. Draw one by Searing. Searing gets a tape-to-tape pass from DeBolt. Searing slowing it down, snapshot on, and Kazabowski does a good job that time of not coughing up any rebounds. Draw will be to the right of the goaltender, Kazabowski, already facing 16 shots in his first period, and it's in! Right off the draw, the Sun Devils. Searing wins it clean again on the shift, and Alex Damon, the Russian, puts the Sun Devils ahead. Credit to Alex Demon. He wasted no time shooting that puck. Once he got that face-off win clean from Searing, he just collected it and rifled it right past Kazabowski. Big goal by the fourth line of the Sun Devils, and when you can get contributions from your bottom two lines, that's a mark of a great rather than a good hockey team. Kazabowski forced out to play it as Studioso is going to be there first. Cummings will have the puck find him on the left side. He gets it back from Kruk. Billings centering that in front. Kruk will just steer it in the corner. Out of the reach for Studioso, and that'll go for an icing. Whenever a team ends up icing the puck now, with these new ACHA rules, a team gets to decide what side of the ice the puck will be drawn on. Shot on from Dent, gets a redirection but misses a net. Another point shot on. Biala will corral that one in the corner. Lackey gets a stick on it. It's a 2-on-1. Him and Plurd. Lackey trying to find it to Plurd, but it gets caught up in the skates of the defenseman Dent. GCU will get it out. Mezek out of the reach for Dunick, but he's the first one there, and he gets pressed up to the boards by Adam Chismar. Stretch pass. Lackey by himself. Lackey coming in. Oh, baby! Man, he put the biscuits and the gravy together on that one. A thing of beauty, that high-end skill by Clayton Lackey, and the Sun Devils make it a 3-1 lead. Man, a heads-up play by Elliot Plurd as GCU was a little too aggressive with their defensemen, and that allowed Lackey to sneak behind. Pardon me, it's a 4-1 Sun Devils lead. As the puck will be played in, Biala trying to fish that rebound out and ends up being a penalty called on the play. Pardon me, folks, there's some confusion here with the scorekeeper at Oceanside Ice Arena to get the correct score, which is 3-1 and is reflected correctly now. Chismar finds himself in the box for the second time in this first period, and the Sun Devils will have to kill it off. With this being only 1 minute 47 seconds remaining in the first period, if GCU doesn't score, they could carry it into the second period. Lopes won the draw. Nealon turns himself around, and that pass is trying to be forced by him, and it gets swatted away by the Sun Devils. GCU with the drop pass. Donovan couldn't really get a clean breakout, and that allows Arizona State to dump it all the way down. Edgar and Hoffenkamp on the forecheck, and they'll dump it down and go for a change. 60 seconds remains now in the first period. Moore drops at the blue line for Donovan. Donovan is able to weasel his way through, but he ends up doing it illegally and whistled down by the linesman. It's been a little more of a stop and go first period compared to last night's game where we ended up flying through the first 20 minutes of play as GCU wins the draw. GCU turns it over as credit that time given to Braden Shaw as he was hard on the back check, forcing that errant pass by the Lopes. 25 seconds now as Grand Canyon comes in with speed. At the point to Billings, he has to kick it up to his stick. Getting it back from Petrato. Billings fakes the shot. Now stops behind Gretzky's office momentarily, but DeBolt's there applying the pressure. 5 seconds left now. Sent it in front, and Biala, another stop with that left leg. Petrato, one more opportunity. Point shot on, and it's whistled down. And after one period of play, the Sun Devils fighting back through adversity again, being down a goal like they were last night, and they go into the locker room up by 2. Folks, we'll be back in just under 15 minutes to bring you live second period action play as at the end of one, Arizona State 3, Grand Canyon Lopes 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Arizona State Hockey YouTube's presentation of Division I Men's ACHA Ice Hockey. I'm Brett Vaughn as the Sun Devils had to fight back through an early one-goal lead by GCU, but they're able to fight their way back, courtesy to a couple power play goals and an even strength one to now make the game a 3-1 lead. And ASU clears it down as they're killing the rest of that Adam Chismar minor penalty off. And the Sun Devils are back to full strength. Shaw staples his man to the boards. Kruk rimming the puck out. It gets past the GCU defenseman, Tillman. Him and Petrato meet together in the corner. Squirts out to the point. Chismar's shot on from the point. Took a nasty deflection by Braden Shaw. And Kazabowski, a busy man in the first period, is starting off busy again in the second. Draw one this time by Studioso. Kept in. Chismar getting it back from Lackey, but it's on his backhand side. Kruk, snapshot on. Kazabowski deflects the rebound up and out of play. Draw will be on the left side of the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. This time, won by Plaird. Player trying to get that deflection from the pass off of Studioso, but he's unsuccessful. GCU breaks it out. With the puck, Potash ends up getting the puck taken away, but in the process, he ends up taking a Sun Devil player down behind the play, and the Lopes head back to the box. Sun Devils back on the man advantage. If anything for them this weekend, a lot of time used on the power play. And a lot of time to practice and set things up. Draw one by ASU. Porter. Behind the back pass to Tillman, and the wrist shot on, saved by Kazabowski. Plaird trying to get that pass through, but he fans on it. Tillman on the left side. Tillman's shot on. Juicy rebound in front, but it squirts out to Nealon for the Lopes. Pass behind Donovan, but they're onside. Donovan getting obstructed by Kruk. He'll leave it for Nealon. And GCU will dump it back in their own zone, trying to kill off more of this clock. And that'll be cleared down 200 feet. Biala leaves it behind his net for Lackey. 2 minutes have gone in the second period. About a minute left on the man advantage. Kruk, he'll skate it in on his forehand. Takes a couple whacks to the shin pads, but no worse for the wear. He tries to fit the pass through a couple GSU sticks, but unsuccessful. Edgar keeping it in with his right skate. Kowalchuk down low to McGrath. McGrath in the right corner, giving it right back. Walking the line, Kowalchuk on the right side. McGrath again. 30 seconds now. Point shot from Kowalchuk. And squeezing the legs together, Kazabowski. Now, it's definitely not an easy job with one, having to keep possession of the puck, but then two, having to simultaneously change out a whole line of 5 players, and the Sun Devils did a great job of being able to do just that, of making sure of being aware of where the puck is on the ice and not changing while you're near the puck in order to keep possession of it. McGrath's pass, nobody home for the Sun Devils.
20 seconds now remain on the power play.
Moore unable to clear it down. We'll come to Husby, but stick of Studioso blocks the pass, and McGrath was a little too eager to get into the offensive zone, and Sun Devils have to touch up. Kowalczyk, cross-ice pass to Demon. Oh, and that almost was another nice play as McGrath was going to move it over to Searing, but the pass got intercepted. Puck given away. Alex Demon looking for the second of his game, but his shot misses high. At the point, Janowski and the redirection from Searing, and Kazabowski with another athletic stop. And Searing gets hit and taken down. Puck still loose. Searing shot, and they score! Marcus Tillman, his second game of the season, and it's his first goal of the season. And the Sun Devils are up 4-1. Marcus Tillman using that big frame of his, occupying a lot of space in front of the goaltender Kazabowski, and he was able to find the rebound and put it home. I have to say for Arizona State, number 24 Alex Searing, and the fourth liners, him, Demon, and Tillman, or Sabrario, whoever gets worked in on that line, as Sun Devils are carrying an extra forward tonight. They've been bringing the energy, and also, too, they've been bringing the scoring. Sun Devils will pick up after that goal on the power play, as it was a delayed penalty called when that goal was put in. And again, with those ACHA rules, no matter even if the team scores, power play is still honored. Scrambling around his crease, flopping like a fish, was Kazabowski, as the Sun Devils' puck movement has been all over. Turned over, though. Mezek by himself. Looking in front and centering that one, but it's blocked by the skate of Tillman. Connor. Sun Devils back on the attack. Porter on his backhand. Ladles it to Tillman. Centering that one in front, and that gets taken away by Schaefer and all the way down for the Lopes. 1 minute left. Tillman takes a couple of hacks to the hands, centering that one in front, but it's cleared away. Tillman. High snapshot on, and ended up being saved by the mask of Kazabowski. Shot on from Tillman again as he was looking for the redirection, but misses wide. And the Sun Devils will try to go for a partial change. 30 seconds remain now. McGrath operates on the right side. McGrath. Kowalczyk. Redirection in front by Shaw, but Kazabowski is there to make another stop, and you can see the body language on him. Hopefully he's got some Gatorade in his water bottle. He's going to need it. Studioso walks into the front, and it's blocked away by Kazabowski and cleared away again by GCU. 29 shots in this hockey game faced by Kazabowski. And GCU kills off that penalty, and we're back to 5-on-5 play. Studioso streaking in. Edgar to Shaw, and he's trying to bat it down, but the puck couldn't settle. Shaw whiffs on the pass, and Kazabowski will gladly put his glove hand over it and get a whistle. 13:47 remains in this second period as Kazabowski gets a much-needed water break. Nealon shouting out to instruction to some of his Lopes teammates. And it looks like it worked as they won the draw. Husby and Palmer trying to race to it. Oh, as a couple of them collide and no icing called by the linesman, and play continues. Chismar finds a stick of Demon. Puck pops out in the neutral zone. Searing doesn't know where it is. It's collected by GCU and Nealon. Miskovic's pass will find its forward. Nealon takes the pass up to Miskovic, but he couldn't handle the pass and has to retrieve it back in his own zone. Seven minutes gone in the second period. It's 4-1 Sun Devils with Marcus Tillman getting the lone goal in the second period, and icing's called on the play. I didn't end up seeing it here in the booth, but ends up being a penalty called on Grand Canyon's number 6, Braden Husby. And a similar story like last night, Sun Devils taking advantage of all these power play opportunities given to them by Grand Canyon. And I was able to hear the in-arena PA announcer, and he said the official reason why the penalty was called was unsportsmanlike conduct, as the high shot from Studioso misses wide. Edgar on the right side to McGrath. Studioso down the corner. Gets it right back from Kowalchuk. They play pitch and catch. Puck will slowly ring around to McGrath. Touch pass was blocked by Cummings initially, but he's unable to clear it. Kowalchuk gets his pass taken away by Cummings, and he's finally able to clear it down. Revving the engines is Brendan Studioso. To Porter, shot, and he scores! As it was a beautiful feed by Studioso of finding Porter in the high slot. And now Porter gets one, and it's 5-1 ASU. Sun Devils finally getting to Kazabowski, and they're having success, especially on the power play. Schaefer will show off some nice skating moves as he will mohawk his way into the offensive zone, but it's turned over. Alex Demon, he loses control of the puck. Janowski, the indirect pass, a little too hot as Sun Devils trying to settle the puck down in the neutral zone. Donovan, wrist shot on as Fiala was trying to stretch his way out, but puck misses wide. Hoffenkamp trying to figure out where the puck is. They'll walk out with it, and it'll find Marcus Tillman on the right side. Marcus with a cross-ice dump will go ahead and go off the ice for a change to Bolt. A nice move to get around one Lopes player, but he'll get the puck taken away. Shaw and Hart on the forecheck. Pops out to him. Shaw, oh, and what a snag, Kazabowski. GCU Lopes goaltender still has some life as he ends up making a great stop on Shaw. Shaw having a Good smile after that one. Not all of the shots you're going to get is going to go in, especially at this level. Shaw with it again, though. Trying to center that in front. He gets checked by two Lopes players. He's such a big body, they need to have two guys work on him. One-timer shot from Marcus Tillman. Pardon me, that's Connor Tillman. Ends up saved by Kazabowski. Chismar doing a good job sealing the boards. Puck's kept in. Porter with the puck behind his body. Chismar at the point. Takes a couple weird ricochet. Kazabowski out of his net, but the defenseman's able to help him. Porter is trying to center that one in front, but the puck wasn't cooperating. Billings. He'll get stuffed by Shaw. Under 10 minutes in the second period. And a 5-1 Arizona State lead. Sun Devils having to touch up to avoid an offsides call. Cummings unable to toe drag his way around Plurd. GCU having some zone time in the offensive zone in the second period. Moore, a goal scorer for Grand Canyon, and that centering pass from Cummings goes all the way down in his own zone. Of course, no icing on the play. Lackey, great job on the back check. He's able to get the puck. Lackey down low. Studioso lets the puck go by him to Palmer at the point, and he gets it back. One-timer shot, and they score! Clayton Lackey. As it looked like it went off one of the legs of a GCU defenseman in front of Kazabowski, but either way, he'll take it. Arizona State really starting to pull away now in this second period. Sun Devils come back in again. Timothy Hoffenkamp at the point. Sun Devils go D to D. Palmer just has to slap that one back in as the puck was rolling on edge. Hoffenkamp, he tries to go ahead and pot one home, but it's saved by Kazabowski. Mezek for GCU blocks the point shot from Palmer, and we'll get some help from Petrato, and he'll skate it out of his own zone, the defenseman, Petrato. With it, waiting for a man or two to get off the bench for GCU. Hoffenkamp gets tied up with the Lopes player, but the Sun Devils can break it out. Palmer's pass out of the reach of Hoffenkamp, and they'll go the other way. GCU centering to Mezek, but his backhand shot whiffs. Edgar to Hoffenkamp, but it gets taken away by Schaefer. Larson shot on, just looking for a rebound, and Biala puts the rebound behind his net. At the point, Dent walking in, firing one, and misses wide. McGrath has his pass taken away, but Kowalchuk does the same. Sun Devils can't clear, and then it's finally cleared by Kowalchuk, but they don't have possession with it. Pressure starting to mount a little bit towards the Arizona State end of the ice. Stretch pass for Demon gets taken away by Schaefer, and he'll throw that one back in. Rudick, he'll just fire that one out, pops out to Donovan in front. Donovan gets around Demon initially, but Demon fights his way back, but he just can't clear the puck. Tired group of Sun Devils out here, especially the defensive pair of Palmer and Kowalchuk. Biala elects to shoot it out of his own zone, and it's now Alex Searing. Searing shot on. And Kazabowski had to be alert to make the stop on the breakaway. Man, that was almost hockey's version of a Hail Mary there, as Biala almost with a scoop clearing attempt with the puck, and that puck just settled down perfectly for Alex Searing to burst through the middle between the defensemen of GCU. Sabrario, and he forks lifts the guy in the corner. Sun Devils continue to work on the forecheck. Searing trying to find it. He's tied up with Cruz for the moment. Cummings will get it out. Caffey takes the check from Searing as he dumps it in. Biala will try to help the puck around. Sabrario it's a second chance to clear it, but he'll need some help from DeBolt, and the ASU will get out. 5:30 remains in the second period. 6-1 Sun Devils. So a couple of players get tangled up, and GCU breaks it out. Billings overskates the puck momentarily, and he'll just look for the shot, but it's up high on the goaltender Biala, and he'll make the save. In the second period, it's mostly all ASU. Biala, I think he's maybe readjusting some of his equipment as he's talking with the linesman, making sure that everything's buckled and chin strapped. Draw control by the Lopes, and they're just able to keep it in. But it was some hard back checking by the forwards for the Sun Devils, able to get it out. Shaw trying to fight his way through the net, and ends up being a GCU penalty as Miskovic ends up tripping him down. Stop me if you've heard this one before. The Sun Devils are on a power play. It'll be the second unit out for the Sun Devils, and head coach Tate Green wanted his team to focus on, especially during this week of practices leading up to the games this weekend, of them being very direct with the puck, of using a couple passes before they end up electing to shoot, but not just keeping possession of the puck just to have the pucks for its sake. Puck cleared all the way down by GCU. Studioso had to hit the brakes and elect to go up the other side with McGrath. Studioso has to settle the puck down. He gloves it down. McGrath ends up shooting one. Blocked. Puck still loose. Kowalczyk, his snapshot on. Steered aside by Kazabowski. McGrath. Snapshot on, and Kazabowski is able to fight through the traffic to make the stop there. Sun Devils will swap out the power plays. As although we're about a month and a half or so into the ACHA regular season, teams are still working on trying to refine their tactics and make sure they're getting the right personnel out, as the Sun Devils, especially with their first power play unit, we're trying to work on being able to rearrange where some of the players set up in order to be a little more successful. Blurred to Porter, now at the point to Kruk. Kruk fakes the shot. One-timer from Tillman, and Kazabowski was able to see that one. GCU will change up their penalty killers. 29 seconds remain on the minor penalty. Draw one by Porter. Sun Devils a little late to react, and GCU looks to be number 95, Brandon Wimmer, was trying to clear it off of the glass, and it takes a unlucky hop for his sake and goes up and out of play. Try one again by ASU. Porter, he chops at the puck, but it's unable to find its way to Plurd. Sun Devils have to recontrol it again. Plurd shot gets blocked by the stick of GCU's Larson, and they'll go ahead and clear it down. And the Lopes are back to full strength now. Lopes keeping it in, and that pass from Mezek ends up missing. And that one-timer opportunity by the GCU defenseman allows for a 2-on-1 for the Sun Devils. Lackey to Porter, and Kazabowski with another split save. We're just a little bit under 3 minutes left in the second period, and that's Kazabowski's 40th shot he's faced tonight. Alex Searing redirecting where he wants his line mates to be lined up here on this faceoff. Searing ends up getting tied up, but Sobrario's there to win the race to it. Arun Sobrario, his shot gets caught up in the skates of a GCU player. Schaefer clearing it out. And it was a heads-up headman pass by Janowski, allowing Arizona State to go back in on the attack. Sobrario getting his nose dirty in the rugby scrum with Marcus Tillman. Tillman winds up and fires on the spinorama shot, but GCU can clear it out. Janowski, one of the younger defensemen for Arizona State, showing off some of his physicality on this shift. Shot on, and they score! Mason Cruz, his first goal of the year, and GCU now with a little light at the end of the tunnel, making it 6-2. Probably a goal that Blake Biala would want back, as it was a one-on-one on the play. Maybe he was screened a little bit, but from a shot from almost a blue line, that's something you'd expect the caliber of his goaltending to stop. Arizona State comes back in. McGrath unable to deke around the GCU defenseman, but he found Edgar momentarily, but Edgar just lost a tie in front of the net. Rimmed around, McGrath. He ends up taking a hard hit. Palmer skates out of his own zone, wrist shot on, and that gets blocked. Hoffenkamp plays it down to Edgar. Edgar up at the point, and Chismar couldn't handle the hopping puck. And 60 seconds remains in the second period. Hoffenkamp dropping it to Edgar, and that's cleared out of the middle of the ice by Miskovich. McGrath Down low, Edgar with a touch pass to McGrath. McGrath back to Hoffenkamp. Oh! And it would have been a nice exchange there by that forward line, but that shot gets redirected up and out of play. Been very impressed by, especially McGrath, these last 2 games he's able to string together on this weekend. Probably the best I've seen him play, one of the newer Sun Devils on the team, and it seems to be that he's fitting right in Tempe. Under 30 seconds now, Shaw. He'll throw down Caffey. Porter. Looks to be breakdancing a little bit in the corner. I'm not sure if he just lost an edge, but play continues. Tillman keeps the puck in. Connor racing its way to the other side of the ice. The Sun Devils there to help him low. And that'll do it for the second period. It was really all Sun Devils that second period as they were able to go ahead and really take control of the game, stretching it out to a 5-goal lead, but near the end of that second period, it was number 11, Mason Cruz, for the Lopes, cutting the lead back to 4 and now making this game a little more interesting heading into the third period. And folks, we'll bring you that third period in just under 15 minutes as the score after 2, Arizona State 6, Grand Canyon 2. This is Arizona State Hockey YouTube. Hello everyone and welcome back to Arizona State Hockey YouTube's presentation of ACHA Division I men's ice hockey. As the Sun Devils enter into this final period of the weekend with a 6-2 lead over the visiting Grand Canyon Lopes. It looks like the ice is just being settled down right now as GC is coming out on the ice. As ice is still letting dry right now, there's a couple of wet spots here at Oceanside Ice Arena. As play will finally get settled down here at Oceanside. Draw won by Elliot Plurd for the Sun Devils. Dump down in the GCU zone. Just be chipped out. With speed is Cruz. Wrist shot is high on Biala. Palmer gloves it down, but not enough steam to get to Clayton Lackey. Puck comes back around to Studioso, and he'll chip it out high off the glass. Billings goes for the chip and retrieve play, trying to get it back. He'll bear hug Kowalchuk. It'll find its way to his line mate Cummings. Cummings losing track of it. Cruz trying to head fake Clayton Lackey. He's not going to fall for that one, and he'll chip it and get it himself. Sun Devils going for a partial change. Lackey out there with Plurd, but Lackey's pass gets taken away. Tillman winds up and fires one, and that rims out of the zone, and it's now controlled by the Lopes. Billings ends up going offside as Nealon thought he was going to enter in. It's always tough when you're trying to guess what your line mate's going to do as that puck approaches an offensive blue line and whether to keep your forward momentum going or not. Try one by the Sun Devils from Porter. Sun Devils doing a really good job tonight in the faceoff circle. Also leading to a couple of few key scoring chances, and a couple of those being converted for goals. And that's going to be an icing call against Janowski for ASU. Grand Canyon trying to figure out which side of the ice they're going to want that face-off on. They're going to have to make a decision. It's going to be that left side. Grand Canyon will win it. Point shot on as that'll miss wide. The Bolt trying to hustle towards that puck, but he's unable to get it off that strong side. He'll try once again, but for Grand Canyon, Husby's there to seal off the wall. And it'll be played back around. Janowski does just enough just to get it over that blue line to force Grand Canyon to touch up. Moore to Nealon, but it was a strong stick lift from Shaw, allowing Arizona State to break out. Tillman still with it. Tillman, wrist shot on, oh, and he scores! At the front door of the goaltender Kazaboski, and Tillman adds another to his tally. Tillman, one of the best shots on the Arizona State team, and when he's going to end up teeing it up from right in front, that's a high percentage chance for it to go in. Chismar back in his own zone after that face-off draw, but he's only able to get it out to the neutral zone. Puck will be cleared back down around. Biala out of his own net, has to rim it off back around. McGrath wands the puck out. And controlling it for GCU is Michkovic. McGrath on the left side, centering that in front, and it goes in. Unfortunate bounce for Michkovic. As good things happen when you send the puck to the net. And Michkovic was trying to play that one to not allow any Arizona State player to get on the end of it, but he, unfortunately, is the one that ends up putting it in his own net. So McGrath is going to end up getting the goal since he was the last one to touch the puck. And now it's an 8-2 Arizona State lead. For Grand Canyon coming into the third period, only down 4. Now giving up 2 quick ones early in the third period, or have a longer mountain to climb. Also as well during that stoppage in play after the goal, Grand Canyon making a goaltending change as Gabriel Lepper, the goaltender who played last night, will be coming in relief. Lopes break it out. Now Golden for GCU. Golden centering that one in front. Still loose. Biala has to make a blocker stop. Demon. Puck will somehow pop over to Hoffenkamp, but he gets the puck taken away, as that was a nice back check by the Lopes number 95, Braden Wimmer. Kowalczyk. He'll button hook back up to the point. Sobrario getting that shot on quickly, but ends up being deemed a high stick touch by the Sun Devils, and we'll have a whistle. Puck will be drawn in the neutral zone. Puck will be redirected in by Demon, but ends up hitting the skate of the defenseman Dent, so the Sun Devils have to try again. Second attempt doesn't work. And the Lopes come in, the offensive zone. Billings, wrist shot on, and the defenseman DeBolt was standing tall making the block. Grand Canyon, after this series is over, they're going to be hosting Utah next weekend over in Central Phoenix, as Utah was the team that Arizona State just played before coming into this week. Demon has an opportunity now. Demon just couldn't get the handle on it. Shot on from DeBolt gets blocked. He'll follow that up and he'll dump it back down. DeBolt again, but he gets that pass in his skates, but he does a nice job to collect it and throw it back down, and Sun Devils go to work again. Billings getting harassed by Searing and Sobrario. and just is lucky enough to get that puck to hop over Demon's stick, or else Sun Devils would probably be still in the offensive zone. Connor Kruk with the puck. One of the veterans on Arizona State's team. As Syrian shots gets blocked. Plurd keeps it in, but it hits the skate of Lackey and will go out to the boards. Chismar takes it himself. He'll come back. Getting a couple stick whacks from Husby, but he'll find Plurd with that stretch pass. Plurd unable to keep it in, and he'll have to play it back down. Kruk, the indirect pass, but wobbles over the stick of Studioso. Biella has to bat that one down for his defenseman. 13:35 remains in the third period. Arizona State with 2 quick goals early in this third period, making it an 8-2 game. Lackey gets around one Grand Canyon player, gets taken down, but no call on the play. Nealon with it. No look, wrister misses left. Lackey, saucer pass. Hitting the brakes of Studioso, dropping it for Plurd, but he misses high. Kept in by Palmer. Not the strongest shot Palmer wanted there. It gets taken away. Grand Canyon tries to finish off their change. Sun Devils looks like to be going off for a change too, and losing the puck in the neutral zone was Connor Tillman. Oh, and Palmer was trying to line up the hit. Didn't get all of Larson that he wanted. Play continues. Larson again with the shot, misses high. Takes a weird rim off the board. Schaefer unable to corral it. And Dent has to regroup. Puck ends up getting iced all the way down by Palmer. And just to finish up on Connor Kruk, I asked head coach Tate Green last night before the game on if there's any player, forward or defenseman, that has made it tough for him to keep out of the lineup each game, who would that player end up being? And that was the name he did mention, was Connor Kruk. He loves how reliable he is with the puck in his decision making, and knows and trusts him each time he's out on the ice that he's going to make the right play. Wimmer hugging against the wall for Grand Canyon, but they're unable to keep it in, and losing a tire was Leaf Murphy, and Sun Devils are on the attack now. DeBolt trying to find Shaw, but stick gets in the way. .11:30 in the third period. Tillman on that wall as it takes a nice deflection in favor for DeBolt, but he misses high. Tillman ends up riding his man to the wall on the back check. Janowski ends up taking a check as the puck gets moved along. Tillman will just select to dump it in near the end of his shift. Porter on the backhand, and he scores! Give credit to Braden Shaw as well, as he was hard in on the forecheck and found Porter by himself in front of the net. Sun Devils really adding insult to injury now, as it's even a bigger lead than last night, as they've now moved it up to 9-2. This is the highest goal total Arizona State has scored in one single game this season. Kruk. He's trying to take care of Cummings for the moment, but Billings is able to walk out with it for GCU. Marcus Tillman had to keep his head up, but he does just enough to get it out. Hoffenkamp to McGrath. McGrath trying to fight his way to the backhand side, but it was the poke check from Lepper. Hoffenkamp playing it back down, but Palmer has a puck caught up in his skates. He has to absorb the check from Cummings a couple times, but he gets it out. Tillman. He'll find the puck in the offensive zone. Wrist shot on, and Lepper's able to squeeze the left arm. For Arizona State and their upcoming schedule, after these two games with Grand Canyon, in terms of their league games, they're going to be facing University of Arizona down in Tucson. Those are always highly contested, and those will also be the first two games against U of A in Tucson this season. Palmer ends up stapling a man towards the boards, and we'll have a delayed call. Dent for GCU as it's delayed right now, and extra attacker comes on for the Lopes. Shot loose in front. Now over to Billings. Billings. Wrist shot on from Schaefer, gets blocked, and it's finally touched. And looks to be an elbowing call. And so it's going to be a power play for GCU. They haven't been on a power play since the first period of the game. Oh, and Demon, as he was trying to clear the puck, ends up breaking his stick. That might be an expensive one with holidays coming up. Maybe he can ask one of his significant ones if he might be able to get some new lumber. Backdoor play to Billings, and Biala was stretched out. I'm not sure if he got a piece of that or not, or if Billings just missed the net completely, but either way, we'll have a stoppage. As play continues, Demon has to walk back with his broken stick to the locker room to go and get a new twig. Petroto, the one-timer shot by Cummings, and Biala is able to fight through the screen. 45 seconds has elapsed on the power play for Grand Canyon. Cummings, they play it down low. Cruz trying to shake off the defender, Janowski, but he's unsuccessful. He swaps spots with Cummings, though. Janowski trying to meet him in the corner. Play still going. Cummings to Cruz. Cruz snapshot on, and he scores. Ends up going off of, I think it was the crossbar maybe, but it was a tough one for Biala to see with 2 or 3 bodies in the way, and Grand Canyon gets a goal back. And that's going to be Mason Cruz's second goal of the contest after that power play marker. Potash gets taken away by Studioso. Chismar trying to collect the puck. He rims it back around. Not strong enough, though, to get one of his teammates. Winding up and firing was Studioso from the point, but Lepper swallows it up. With your look around the ACHA coming into this weekend's games, at the ACHA Men's Division I's rankings, Minot State's at the top, as they were last week. Minot State, one of the few schools that are still independent and not belong to a major conference. Potash ends up entering in offsides. And there are some pros and cons to being an independent school where you're going to have control over your schedule 100% in terms of who you want to play, when you want to play them, where you want to play them. But with some of you who might be well versed in the ACHA ranks, it's also beneficial to be a part of a conference, because if you can go ahead and win your conference, you get that automatic bid to nationals. Lackey at the point. Shot on by Chismar, but it gets blocked by a GCU body and looks to be whistled down, and it's going to be an Arizona State penalty. And it's going to be an interference call to Clayton Lackey, so GCU, now they're having some opportunities and looks on the power play to maybe salvage something, as they're down 6 right now with 7 minutes and change left in the third period. Billings unable to pull the trigger, as there's a couple Sun Devils lifting a stick and they're able to clear it down. Cruz, a goal scorer of 2 already, trying to look for a hat trick, but he loses the puck in the center ice line. Studioso on the backhand, but he gets his stick lifted just as he was trying to attempt the shot. Cummings looking for that redirection play for Billings, but ends up going past his stick. Sun Devils can't clear it. Kowalczyk gets pinned to the wall by Cummings. Palmer using that big reach of his, keeping the puck to the outside. Billings ends up getting forced out of the zone by Plurd. Billings comes in, the left-hander to Cruz. Cruz trying to fight his way through, and he ends up hitting one off the post. Palmer clears it all the way down. Connor Tillman intercepts the pass. Tillman with it. Shot on. Lepper makes a stop, as after all, that was his turnover initially to give the puck back to ASU. On the left side, Nate Moore stops behind the net. At the point, walking the line is Dent. Moore on the goal line. Dent. At the point, quick snapshot on, misses wide by Husby, and Arizona State has killed off the penalty. Under 5 minutes now in the third period. 9-3 Arizona State lead as that point shot goes off the back of the net, up in the air. GCU still controlling it though. Another point shot on, and Biala fronting the shot, making the stop. Just to finish up on those ACHA rankings, the highest ranked team in the Western Collegiate Hockey League, which is the same conference as both GCU and the Sun Devils are in, is actually Missouri State. Missouri State last week was 7th. This week moving up just one spot up to 6th. Good for that program, as they've been in the WCHL for a while, and it's good for them as well to be up near the top finally. Shaw in the offensive zone. Can't get the pass off, and having to hustle back to get the puck is Connor Kruk. Kruk As icing's waved off. Hoffenkamp as he whips around a backhand shot, but that'll miss the mark. Chismar asked to hurry, but he turns it over. Golden, and they score. Golden with a nice dish off, being very unselfish, giving it to his line mate. And Nealon, who scored in last night's contest, gets one tonight. And now GCU is only down 5. Grand Canyon gained the center ice line. Biala rims it around, takes a weird hop off the boards at Oceanside. Definitely one of the quirks to this rink. And played out into the neutral zone. Clayton Lackey doesn't know where the puck is. Ends up noticing that it's in his skates, and Plurd's able to support him. Plurd, backhand shot, and that's gobbled up by Lipper. For the Sun Devils as well coming up, it'll be pretty exciting as they're actually going to be playing Minot State, I believe, as there's going to be a tournament, college hockey showcase that'll be taking place in the Midwest, I believe Chicago, Illinois. So that's going to be exciting, as the Sun Devils usually stay around the West region during the regular season. And it'll be fun to play in a different environment and play against maybe some different teams that you don't usually play against. Niskovic loses the puck in the offensive zone. Lackey, he gets that one taken away by Cummings. Cummings snapshot on. Saved by the right leg of Biala. Cummings and Palmer meet together in the defensive zone of ASU, and puck gets cleared out. Snapshot on, and that's saved, and the rebound chance for GCU misses wide. Off the bench was Wimmer, but his quick one-timer shot gets blocked. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remain in the hockey game. Lackey is that stretch pass was out of reach for him, and Sun Devils can't change as it's an icing call. Grand Canyon coming into this game really riding high with some solid results against Colorado and Arizona. You're going to have to pick up the pieces before they play Utah. Nealon fanning on the one-timer shot, kept in by Wimmer, but he turns it over. Lackey now on the right side. Lackey just like to dump it in as Sun Devils will try to get some tired guys off the ice. Braden Husby. Hill gets pushed up against the glass. More as that puck wasn't just going to settle down for him, as in a high danger area, but couldn't get the shot down. Schaefer overskates the puck. Lackey on the left side, still with it. Lackey ends up trying to go for the shot, but misses high. Husby ends up getting taken down on the play, but no call. Alex Searing. He's trying to fight off the check of Schaefer, and he gets taken down. And just only 60 seconds now remaining in the last period of the weekend for ASU. Potash unable to get out of his own zone. That'll be dumped back in. 40 seconds now. Crook Stops behind his net. Sabrario to Shaw. But they end up going in offsides, and we'll have a whistle with 27.8 remaining. Again, Sun Devils putting up their highest point total and goal total of the season with 9 in one single game. Arizona State in the offensive zone, maybe trying to get one more goal before the weekend's done. Point shot, as Porter had a duck out of that one. Shaw gets pinned to the wall, but he comes out with it. Still loose, and that'll do it here in Tempe. Arizona State capping a great weekend, especially in the goal department, as they won last night against Grand Canyon, putting up 7, and tonight putting up 9. As you see the pictures, as everybody's congratulating Blake Biala on a great game. Biala facing 27 shots from GCU, and we'll have the 6 salutes from both teams acknowledging each other. And as always, is customary here at home ice, Arizona State saluting the crowd that came out tonight. And we'll bring you here in the Oceanside press box. I'm Brett Vaughn. As closing out for tonight's game, Arizona State did a great job of really learning their mistakes early in the season, of being disciplined, not getting dragged into any penalties, especially after the whistle, and took advantage of Grand Canyon's undisciplined penalties and taking advantage on the power play. For my player of the game tonight, it's going to be number 17, Joey McGrath. McGrath, I'd say in this one, this is probably one of his best games, but also two in addition, that game he played last night, and that collection of him really starting to feel comfortable in an Arizona State sweater from Buffalo, New York. That'll be Joey McGrath, number 17, our player of the game. And folks, just letting you know for our upcoming broadcast, we're not going to be seeing you for a while, as we're going to be gone, and we won't have a home game here to broadcast until the new year for the Division I men's team. And before we leave tonight, I want to make sure I say thank you to a very special group of people. Tonight, our cameraman was Ryan Lanfear. Our statistician tonight was Jack Hosworth. Our studio coordinator was Preston Stafford. And our director at Network Central tonight was Burton Chang. For everyone from Arizona State Hockey, we want to wish everyone a happy holidays and a good new year, and remind you of tonight's final score. Arizona State finishing off with a big exclamation point on this weekend by the score of 9-4 over the Grand Canyon Lopes. I'm Brett Vaughn saying so long from Oceanside Ice Arena. This has been a presentation of Arizona State Hockey YouTube.